Hi, I'm Vincent, and in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to launch your very first LinkedIn outreach campaign, even if you are a complete beginner. So I will show you which LinkedIn plan is the best to do LinkedIn outreach, how to find leads, and I will show you in details how to scrape data from a free LinkedIn search, from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and even from a LinkedIn post. Then you will see how to create your first LinkedIn outreach campaign, and finally how to reply to your leads directly in Waalaxy. So basically, if you want to start sending LinkedIn messages to generate leads for your business, this video is for you. Alright, so for this tutorial, I will use the tool Waalaxy. And why I recommend you to use this tool if you want to do some LinkedIn prospecting, it's because you can easily scrape data on LinkedIn, so it's very convenient if you want to find leads. Of course, you can send LinkedIn messages, and what's interesting is that you can manage all your replies directly in Waalaxy, so you don't need to waste your time to go on LinkedIn to check if you have new replies from your leads. And on top of that, the pricing is one of the best on the market. So for example, if you just want to try some LinkedIn prospecting, it costs only $39 a month. But if you take quarterly, it's $31 per month. And if you take yearly, it's $19 per month. So you see that you just need to find one client on LinkedIn to have a return on your investment. And by the way, if you want to try Waalaxy for free, you just need to click the first link in the description, and then you will be on this page. And if you use the link in the description, you will get a 1 month free trial, which is perfect if you want to start sending LinkedIn messages. So once you click the link in the description, you will be on this page. And now if you want to create your free account, very easy. You click here on Start for Free. Then I need to connect my LinkedIn account to Waalaxy. So for that, I click on Continue with LinkedIn. Here, I need to give the email and password of my LinkedIn account. And then I click on Sign In. Once you've created your free account, you will get access to your Waalaxy account. So you will be on this page. And now the next step is to install the Chrome extension. And why we need that? It's because this Chrome extension will help us to scrape leads on LinkedIn. So that's why I recommend you to install it. So for that, you see on top that I have a button, Go to Chrome Store. So I click on it. Then here I click on Add to Chrome and then Add Extension. And now you see that the Waalaxy Chrome extension is now installed. Now that you've installed the Chrome extension, I want to show you how Waalaxy works. So here, as you can see, I'm on the dashboard, and basically on this page, I will be able to see my analytics. For example, on this page, you will be able to see the number of LinkedIn messages you sent, number of replies. Here you have the response rate, and so on. Now, on the left, you see here that we have all the features that we can find on Waalaxy. So here, as you can see, I'm on Home. Then here in Prospect, I can add and manage my list of leads. Here in Campaigns, I can create and manage all my LinkedIn campaigns. Then in Inbox, I have all the people who've replied to me on LinkedIn. So I really like this feature because I don't need to go on LinkedIn to check if I have a reply, because I can see all my messages directly on Waalaxy. And of course, I can reply to my leads directly on Waalaxy. So that's very convenient. Then I have team. So if you have a sales team and you have multiple LinkedIn accounts to send LinkedIn messages, you can manage them all with this feature team. And finally, if I go here in settings, here I can manage basically all my settings. And about the settings, I recommend you to go here in accounts activity. And here, basically, you can select your time zone. So when you will send your LinkedIn messages. So it's not your time zone, but the time zone of your leads. So in my case, I target people based in the US. So I have this time zone. And just below, we can select when we want to send our LinkedIn messages. So here I remove Saturday and I want to send my LinkedIn messages from Monday to Friday, like this. And now here you can select at which time you want to send your LinkedIn messages. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Perfect. All right, so now at this point, you've created your free account on Waalaxy, and I hope that you've used the link in the description to get the 1 month free trial deal. Then you've set up everything perfectly, and now it's time to find some leads. So for that, we need to go back on my computer. And now if you want to find some leads, we go here in prospects. And now the first thing I want to show you is how to create a lead list and scrape data on LinkedIn. So let's create a lead list. So for that, we click here on add list. And then here I give a name for my list. So let's say that I want to target people who are head of sales in the US. And then I want to say that I will retrieve the leads from a free LinkedIn search. So let's type LinkedIn search. Then we create the list. And now here, what you can do is to click on import and select what you want. For example, import via LinkedIn search, import via LinkedIn Sales Navigator, from a CSV file, from LinkedIn group, LinkedIn events, save search, or from a lead list. So this is one option if you want to import some leads. But what you can do once you've installed the Chrome extension is to go here on LinkedIn. So here, for example, I've made a LinkedIn search where I target people who are head of sales. And here, if you want, you can add some more filters. So if I click on all filters, then you have a list of all the filters that you can use. So these are free filters. For example, you have locations. So I said that I want to target people in the US. So I select United States. Then you have current company, connections off, followers off, past company, school, industry, profile language, open to, and much more. And here you have keywords. And what's interesting with these keyword sections is this field, title. And for example, you can say that you want to target people who are head of marketing, head of sales, CEO, and so on. And then once you want to see your results, you click on show results. And now here you have the list of people who are head of sales in the US. So yeah, head of sales in New York, head of sales in the US, head of sales Dallas, and so on. Now on this page, you have 10 results. And you have 100 pages. So it means that you have 1000 leads from a LinkedIn search like this one. Now, if you want to export these people, you just need to click on this Waalaxy button. Then here you select the list that I've just created. So you want to scrape this data and put the leads in this list. So head of sales in the US, and it's from a LinkedIn search. Then you can give the number of leads you want to import. So let's say just for this tutorial, 50, and then you click on import. And now I just need to wait a few minutes and I will see my leads directly in Waalaxy. All right, so after 2 minutes, it's done. And now if I go back on Waalaxy, you see the list of the people from LinkedIn. Here you have the name of your leads, the job title, the company, and you have much more information if you want. Now, the main drawback of this method is that you have some people who do not match your filters. For example, I said that I want to target people who are head of sales in the US. But if I scroll, we see, for example, here, Helen is founder, head of national sales. It's okay. And here, for example, we have Caitlin, who is undotory territory manager. I don't know what it is. We have co-founder CEO. Here we have Adrian, who is principal high ticket closer. So not really head of sales. So make sure that you clean the data manually. And if you want to remove someone, very easy. Yeah, here, bookkeeper, for example. So let's remove the bookkeeper. So you select the lead or the leads. Then you click on delete. Confirm. And at least you know that you only reach out to people who are interesting for you. Now, the next option I want to show you if you want to find some leads is to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So let's click on import, then import from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So Sales Navigator is basically a LinkedIn paid plan, and I will show you in a few minutes all the LinkedIn paid plan that you can use. And this one costs $99 per month. This time I have much more filters. For example, here I have company headcount. So very useful, for example, if you want to target small companies. And if I go here on a LinkedIn free search, then I click on all filters, then you see that I don't have this filter, company headcount. So that's why if you want to find better leads and you want to narrow down your search, I recommend you to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So as I told you, on the left, I have all the filters I can use to identify my best leads. And here on the right, I will have my results. So let's say that I want to target people who are head of sales. Then I click on include. In a company headcount between 500 to 1,000 people. And the last filter I want to use is geography, because I said that I want to target people based in the US. So United States, I click on include. And now you see on the right part of my screen that I have my results. So I have a bit more than 700 results. And we have people who are head of sales in the US, which is perfect. And now if you want to scrape these people, you can click on the Waalaxy button. Then now I want to create a new list, and you can do that directly on this pop-up. So I click here on create. Then I say that I target people who are head of sales in the US and in a company headcount between 500 to 1,000 people. I click on create. Then I can give the number of people I want to scrape. So let's say 50. And then I click on import. So same process. All right, so as you can see, it's done. And now if I go back on Waalaxy, I have this new list. So head of sales in the US in a company headcount between 500 to 1,000 people. And I've just added that these leads come from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So here it's the same process. Make sure that you only have people who are head of sales, because you will see that some people don't match your filters. For example, here we have head of commercialization. Here we have Amanda, who is head of membership. And here, very good example, we have Carlos, who is a teacher. So you see that it's a big problem if you only want to reach out to people who are interesting for you. And that's why if you want to extract leads from a LinkedIn Sales Navigator and only get people who are interesting for you, you can try for free Give Me Leads. So if you want to try this tool, you can go on givemeleads.io, or you have a link in the description. Then you click on Start for free. You create your account and you install the Chrome extension. And then you will get a button like this one, Extract Leads. So once you want to export these people, you can click on this button from Give Me Leads. So Extract Leads. Then you will be redirected to your Give Me Leads account. Here you can give the number of leads you want to export. So let's say 50. And here you can say that you want the emails of your leads. So it's very useful if you want to send some cold emails. Then you click on Export Leads. And now, same, you just need to wait a few seconds and you will get a list of leads. All right, so after 30 seconds, my export is done. Now I go here and I click on Download CSV. So here is my list of leads. And if I check the number of leads, we have 50 leads, which is perfect. On top, you have all the information to reach out to these leads. For example, you have the first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. You have, of course, the verified emails of your leads. So when it's verified, it means that it's completely safe to send an email to these people. Then you have the job title, location, and actually much more information. For example, you have the company name, company website, so always useful if you want to personalize your messages, company location, company industry, and so on. So when you export your leads with Give Me Leads, we do two things. First, we clean the data. So for the first name, last name, and company name, you don't have any problems with capital letters or with people with a rocket emoji at the end. So for example, Bruno with a rocket emoji at the end. So you don't have this. And the second thing we do is to check for each lead if they perfectly matches all your filters or not. And so for that, on the left part of my screen, you see that I have two columns, matches filters and invalid reason. So when it's true here, it means that the lead perfectly matches all my filters. But if I scroll, you will see that some people have false, and here you have the reason. For example, here we have Carlos with a wrong job title. And if we check the job title, it's the teacher. So basically with this feature, you don't need to waste your time to check if your leads perfectly matches all your filters or not, because Give Me Leads does that for you. And at the end, what you can do is to decide to keep the lead or just decide to remove it from your lead list. But at least you know that you only reach out to people who are interesting for you. So in my case, what I want to do is to remove all the people who don't match my filters. And then I will upload this list of leads in Waalaxy. So if I want to do that, I need to go back on Waalaxy. Then I want to create a new lead list. So I target people who are head of sales in the US. The company headcount is between 500 to 1,000 people. And this time it's from Sales Navigator plus Give Me Leads. And now this time, when I click on import, I click on import CSV file. Then all I need to do is to click on choose file and select my list of leads on my computer. Now what we need to do is to map the properties from my CSV file with the Waalaxy property. So for example, here you map first name with the first name variable in Waalaxy. So make sure that everything is set up properly. Then we click on next and I click on import. So now if we check the job title of these leads, we have only people who are head of sales and we don't have any teacher or whatever. We only have head of sales. So if you want to easily export your leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, get their emails, and of course, get only people who are interesting for you, you can try for free Give Me Leads. And as I told you, I will leave a link in the description. Now, the last option I want to show you is how to import leads from a LinkedIn post. For example, here I found posts where I have many people who reacted or commented to the post. So if you feel that some people here are interesting for you, of course, what you can do is to scrape these people. So for that, you have two choices. You can import leads from people who reacted to the post or commented. For example, let's say that I want to get the list of all the people who commented to this post. So if I want to do that, I click here on commented. Then here you see that it's the same process. So I create a new list. Then I say LinkedIn post commented. I click on create. And now I click on import. And now I just need to wait a few minutes and I will get this list of leads who've commented to the post. All right, so as you can see, I've exported these people who've commented to this post. And now this time, if I go here on Waalaxy, I have this lead list, so LinkedIn post, and we have people who've commented. And here we have the list of 100 people who've commented to this LinkedIn post. So you see that with Waalaxy, you have many options if you want to create your list of leads from LinkedIn. And now that we have some list of leads, I want to show you how to create your first LinkedIn outreach campaign. So if you want to do that, you go here and you click on campaigns and then start a campaign. So you see that we have some options. We can send an invitation. We can send an invitation plus 2 messages. So by invitation, it means sending a connection request on LinkedIn. You can send just a message, and this is only useful if you want to reach out to people who are already in your network. And then if you want to do something more specific, more custom, you can click here on explore all templates, and here you will find everything you need. For example, here you have some filters, and you can say, okay, I want to send LinkedIn messages and emails in the same sequence. And let's say you want to send 2 LinkedIn messages, and you have everything you want if you want to do something custom. Now let's go back here, and this time for this tutorial, I want to send an invitation plus 2 messages. Then we need to give a name for our campaign. So I like to use the filters I've used to find the leads. So I target people who are head of sales in the US, and the company headcount is between 500 to 1,000 people. Then I click on next. Here, how do you want to add your prospects from a list that we've created? So from the list I've created with a LinkedIn Sales Navigator and Give Me Leads, because I only have people who are head of sales. Do you want to add all the prospects from this list? Yes. Then here it's time to send the connection request. So do we want to add a note in our connection request? And I recommend you to not add a note because it will reduce your acceptance rate. So you see invitations without notes are accepted 10% more often. So no continue. Then we wait 2 days. Next. And now here I can write my first LinkedIn message. So what I like to write is hi first name. So if you want to use the variable first name, you go here, insert variable, then you select first name. So we have hi first name, and then you can write your message. So let's say that I want to promote my SaaS Give Me Leads. I can say, do you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find leads? Just like this. Then if I want to have a preview of my message, I click here on preview, and here I see my message. So here, hi James. So it means that the variable first name works well. Do you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find leads? So I like to have a very simple message, not too long and easy to answer. So because here the answer is yes or no. So you don't need to think that much to reply to this kind of message. Then on the bottom here, you have some more options if you want to personalize your message. So here you can add an emoji, but not very useful. You can add an image. You can add an attachment. For example, if you want to send a PDF, you can add a GIF, or you can even record a voice note. So if you want to stand out from all the people who send LinkedIn messages, I recommend you to send a voice note, but not for the first message, but for the first follow-up. So I will keep this message. Then I click on confirm. Then between my first message and the follow-up, I want to wait 2 days. Then I click on next. And now here I need to write my follow-up. So just quick follow-up just for this tutorial. But as I told you, I recommend you to record a voice note. And why? It's because you will get a much higher reply rate if you send a voice note. So you just say, for example, hi, Vincent, I was wondering if you saw my message. I wish you a nice day. And actually, that's all. And you will get maybe 10 or 20% more replies just by sending a voice note. Then I click on confirm. And now here you have a recap. So I've just launched my campaign. So you see here, it's running. Here you have the list of our prospects. And here you have your analytics. So on this page, you will see the number of connection requests sent, number of messages sent, and of course, your reply rate. So I strongly recommend you to track this page to improve your outreach campaign. Now, if you want to edit your campaign, you can click here on Manage My Campaign, then Edit My Campaign. And here, for example, you can modify your message. Now, if you want to add more leads to your campaign, very easy. You go here in Manage My Campaign, Add Prospects, and here you can add more leads to your campaign. So now, this time, when I go here in Campaigns, I have the campaign that I've just launched. And if I click here I can do what I want. So edit my campaign and add some leads. Now, just before I show you how to see and reply to your leads directly on Waalaxy, I want to show you the LinkedIn plans and which one I recommend you to use if you want to do some LinkedIn prospecting. So if you want to do some LinkedIn prospecting, you need to use a LinkedIn paid plan, because with the free plan, you can only send 10 connection requests per month, which is not enough if you want to have results. So that's why you need a LinkedIn paid plan. And here I want to show you the LinkedIn paid plans I recommend to use. So here you have LinkedIn Premium, and you have Career and LinkedIn Premium Business. You have LinkedIn Sales Navigator with everything here. And you have LinkedIn Recruiter, but we don't care because it's not relevant for you. So if you want to be able to send between 100 to 200 connection requests per week, you need a LinkedIn paid plan. And the one I recommend to use is this one, the LinkedIn Premium Career Plan. So with this plan, you can send much more connection requests. The Premium Business Plan costs more money, and the features you have are not very useful. And now, if you want to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to identify your best leads, so basically you have an access to the LinkedIn database with a lot of filters. The plan I recommend to use is Sales Navigator Core, and it costs $99 per month. So what you have to decide is whether or not you need LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So if you don't need it, you go for LinkedIn Premium Career. And if you want to have better list of leads, I recommend to use Sales Navigator Core. So with these two plans, Sales Navigator Core and Premium Career, you can send up to 400 connection requests per month, which is perfect if you want to do LinkedIn prospecting. Now, the last important feature I want to show you is the inbox feature. So if you want to access this inbox feature, you go here and you click on inbox. And now on this page, you will see on the left all your discussions on LinkedIn. And if you click on someone, then you will see all your conversation. So what's interesting is that you don't need to go on LinkedIn and check if you have new replies, because you have that on Waalaxy. And what you can do, of course, is to reply to your leads directly in Waalaxy. So let's say, for example, that I want to reply to a lead. I can write my message here. So let's say hello. Then I click here and my message will be sent on LinkedIn. Now, what's very interesting when you use this inbox feature is that you can tag people based on how important they are for you. For example, here you see that we have a tagging system, so tags. So if I click on the plus, here I can add a tag for a lead. So for example, if someone is interested, you can select interested. So this lead is interested. And now if you want to see the list of all the people who are interested, you just need to click on this filter button. And here you say you only want to get people with the tag interested. So like this, then I click on apply. And now here on the left, you will only get people with the tag interested. So by doing this process, you can follow up your lead properly. And basically you can focus on people who are interesting for you. So for the tag, I recommend you to create 4 tags. So interested, hot lead, so when you really have someone who is very interested, not interested, and wrong timing. So wrong timing is useful if you want to follow up these people properly. So this is exactly the process you can follow to do some LinkedIn prospecting with Waalaxy. As I told you, if you want to try the tool for free, you have a link in the description. And by using this link, you will get a 1 month free trial. Now, if you want to export your leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, get clean data, and get the emails of your leads, you can try for free Give Me Leads, and you have a link in the description. And now, if you want to see a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find your B2B leads, you can click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.